Flosstube, it's Narissa from Narissa's Stitching Lifestyle. Welcome. Today is Monday, the 9th of October 2023, and this is my Flosstube channel about my cross stitch stitching. This is Flosstube number 12, and today we are just doing a general catch up, finishing up, if you like, the stash sampler starts that I was doing between August and September. I've got 2 new starts to show you, and I finish. Oh, a long awaited finish. I also have some whips that I've been working on, and I have some other little finishes to show you as well. Just finished the stitching, not put together, so we need to have a finishing weekend. I'll talk about that later. Okay, so last time in my update I had 2 left to start, and we were start number 7 and start number 8. So let me just do a little shuffle. Start number 7 for stash sampler starts was Exemplars from the Heart, and they sent. I've loved this pattern for a very long time. Was so happy when I found it and was able to purchase. I am stitching using Untangled, all the called for threads and colours. Some very beautiful colours in the sampler. Very subtle, some of them very soft but lovely. So most of them are Sampler threads, Gentle Arts. Yeah, looking at most of them. I think I've got one DMC because it was just one sampler thread that they couldn't get, but that's okay because it's only for the skin. So I'm happy with that. Right, so I decided in the end that she was being stitched on 40 count hog bristle from Fox and Rabbit, and this is my start. Needle's still in place because I do actually want to pick her up and get a little bit more done. I'd like to finish the lady off, but I've come, so this is the whole width of her, and I've put the leaves in and then started coming down so that I could kind of start to get a feeling for where I'm going. But I do love how she's coming out. She's probably a little bit, it's probably a bit more of a true colour there, but she's gorgeous. Happy to have got her finally started. Extremely happy. I am going to drop things into my bucket on the floor here, just so that I know what I've talked about and where we've gone to. Okay, so start number 8 was Elizabeth Harding, 1791, from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I love this. I love the big red house, of course, but these beautiful roses in it. The inner border here is all eyelet stitches. Gorgeous. Okay, so I am doing this one with the DMC threads because they're easily accessible in New Zealand. There's a couple of colours. I just haven't put on the threads yet, and I haven't needed them, so I haven't sort of put them on. This is being stitched on Antiquity 40 count from number 12 Stitch Co. And she is on Etsy and is located in Australia. And I love Nicola's fabrics. Her dyeing is just beautiful. So this is the width. So we've come all the way across, at least one layer. You can see one way. And then this is the center one, and then I've worked my way back to the corner, and I had to start the eyelets. They're gorgeous. So yes, happy with that little start. Didn't get much stitchy days on either of those 2 weeks. It's just very busy time, but that's all right. They started. Now the fun begins. Okay. So part of stash sampler stitching was to also work on, I had a goal to finish 1 sampler. Really wanted to finish a couple others, but they're not quite there. that's okay. But my big finish, and I'm so happy to have her finished, is, put it into the whole frame, the Rose Wreath Sampler. She is a big girl. And this is, design is from GGR. I will bring her in closer. I stitched her on, I'll find my little tag. She is stitched on 40 count antique from Zweigart. The one that is mottled on one side and plain on the other. So here we go. Here is a close-up of all the finished pieces. So, 1/1 wedding. Beautiful little wee vases with trees and their little wee birds on the top. They're gorgeous. I really enjoyed, even though it's a lot of green, stitching all that grass. It was so much fun, just great for stitching meetups, just to pick up a needle and go. Let's have a look. So on this side here is the just flowers, and this one here is a really cute little pink flower. So in the rose cartouche, I put the original stitcher's name and her date of birth, and then I put my name and the year that I finished stitching it, which did start last year and the majority has been stitched this year. If we come over the other side, it's got white roses, and then, if I remember right, little wee, it looks like a white dove, and I love this big peacock at the bottom here. That was such fun to stitch. As we come down, we have carnations. I think they're called carnations. Crown, little wee birds, and some little flowers. In the center at the bottom is a lovely floral wreath with beautiful ribbon flowing through it, and then 2 beautiful birds. This side is a repeat of this side, just different colour flowers, but still the crown and the little bird. And then up here it's just a little scene. It's got 2 more little birds, and I think it's supposed to be like a garden kind of part in here. It's kind of hard to tell, even when you're stitching it. It's kind of hard to tell what it is. And another little bird. Favorite little thing that I found that I didn't realize was in the pattern, I don't know if you can see him, but this little guy here, the little L on the top, he is so cute. But yes, this one will go to the framers, just not right now. A few other things that need to have priority, but she will definitely go. She's gorgeous. So really, really happy. Another whip out of the pile, even though I just added 8 more. We worry about the numbers. Okay, so that's the Rose Wreath Sampler. So really happy to have her finished. So I'm going to show you my other whips before we do other bits. Okay, so just have a little bit of a shuffle on the table, sorry. There. So 2 of the others that I know I want to finish for this year, and they're only, I consider them a medium size or a small, is in all things be exceedingly diligent. I've had this for ages. I did finish the, what's the companion one? My mind has gone blank, but the other one that goes same length but goes the other way down. And that hasn't been framed yet either, but I do have it ready and waiting to be framed. So stitching on 40 count that I dyed myself, and the DMC threads, which are coming out really nice on this fabric. So I've gone, just roll it over just a tiny bit. So I have come pretty much halfway across. So I've finished all the alphabet at the bottom, folded in the bottom name. I've still got some of these gold yellowy sparkle things, they have to come over this side, and a few other little bits and to finish the bottom piece here. But I'm now working up here on this next alphabet coming up, which is this one here. So it's the second to top one. And then once I've got that and I've got to like about where I am with the others, I'll come across with this one, then I'll turn it over and I'll stitch the other part and then do all the fun part in the middle. So goal to finish when? Hopefully by the end of the year, if not sooner, preferably sooner. So really want to have it off my work list. But yeah, loving it, stitching that one as well. Where did I put the other one? I've put one down, I don't know where I've put it. Okay, so another one that I pulled out for just a few hours of stitching, of course, the beautiful Sarah Brazier, 1829, from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. She was Queen of the May in 2018. I love stitching on this. So I didn't get a lot done. It was only one session. And so I started filling in down here some more. And like I've done all the green work in here. And then I've come across, oops, sorry, and started filling in the inside of this tree. So like I said, not a lot of progress this time around, but every stitch counts. Every stitch is going to get me to the end. Enjoying stitching her. She is on, I should get the right threads, she is on 56 count, just white, using DMC threads, and it's stitching up fine. Absolutely stitching out fine. It's a little bit slower, of course, because of the small count, but loving it. Okay, so the other, oops, just lost the needle. Oh, there he is. The other one that I pulled out and worked on this month for our one night, which was last Monday, our get together on Zoom with friends that are also stitching the Ufendale sisters. And I have been working on Isabella. Right, so this time round, I had this part here that I worked on last time. I did a little bit more along the top doing the second layer because it's two greens deep, sorry, and it's two different greens. But I really want to get to the central piece, so this is the first color green in the grass layer for the top row, which wasn't bad for one day. Got that all done, which was, when I say one day, it was like, I think I did a couple hours, an hour and a half before the Zoom thing, and then our Zoom thing, which is only a couple hours long. So this is where I'm up to stitching along in here. And I'll continue that this next session and like do a little bit more around in the border, because I want to do the borders as I go now that I have the base. But then I'll be able to get in and do some of this fun stuff in the middle as well. But she's gorgeous. So she is being stitched with the DMC threads on 36 count. Now this is dyed the same, I dyed it myself. Just a quick dip dye, just to darken up a tiny little wee bit. I didn't want it too light, I didn't want it white, but I didn't want it too dark either. I wanted it just a tinge. So this is dyed exactly the same. The colour is what Anne is, and Anne is up here on the wall. So I can't wait to get a little bit further with Isabella, but she only comes out that one Monday of the month. So she's a definite long-term project. Okay, so then in my whip list from this year that are being worked on and that I want to complete, I have a Christmas one, which is the Kringles from Little House Needleworks. This has been going now for, I think, a couple of years. There's actually quite a lot of hidden stitching in there. You don't think there is, but there's a lot of work in the back to get that house and all that framing and brickwork and the roof all done. But we're getting through it all. Using DMC threads. And for my sparkle, I'm using rainbow blending thread in the gold. And you'll see that in a minute. I'm going to need something to go behind it. Actually. Let's just grab it. Sorry, excuse me just for one moment. I'll just pin him on here because it might be easier to see him. Just because he's quite thin. He's on 40 count. And besides my lovely runaway threads up here, of course, just that single thread's hard to grab. Alright, so the roof is almost completed. Just need to finish in here, here, and a little bit across here, and then that's it. That's all done. This room is finished. This room is finished. These guys here just need their faces done, and the stems of the little trees up on here. So I worked a little bit in here, and I worked a little bit in this one. I'm just finishing off little bits and pieces. And I think, if I remember right, I think I've got him completely finished now too. As you can see, I'm halfway through the gold in the clock tower. I've done the trees this time and a bit of the garland. I also came down and filled in the greenery on these parts here. I've done the gold across. Just needs one more green reef, and that's the front entrance all done. So not bad going, because I only came out for 2 very short evenings. So 1 room, 2 rooms, I must say 3 because there's not much started in that to be started. Sorry, it's a big truck just going up the driveway if you hear a funny noise. And then, yeah, half of that, pretty much, not much stem, I think, and a fence line, picket fence. So yes, can't wait to have that done and ready for Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, that's what as much as I love my samplers and I want to stitch my samplers, Christmas is what's been calling to me the last few days. And when I say few days, I mean just about a week. So I've had a few little ornament stitching finishes. And I finished up the 4th one in the series, the star ornaments from Teresa Kogut. And it was the Jingle Bell Star, and this is my little guy here, stitched with the DMC thread that I called for, and this one is done on 40 count, the same as the other ones in the series, but gorgeous. So I'm happy I have 4 of them done. I haven't bought the 5th pattern yet, but I will. But at this stage, I'm happy with the 4, so they will now go into the big bucket of stuff that needs to be finished. I need to have a week of work and just actually sit over on my sewing machine and just get some stuff finished. Okay, so these are, actually, if we go back down, I'll just turn them around. So you may have heard Lindy Stitches has announced the new Jingle Bell, which is coming up in the first weekend in December. I participated, bought a ticket last year, loved it. Loved being able to go into the little rooms, purchase, have a look at a lot of the designers' stuff. There was a few designers in there that I'd never stitched before, so it's been really good to do some of those. Or to have them there to do. There's still a few more I want to stitch, but I thought, oh my gosh, I need to get on with some of these. It's coming up again. So I pulled out one from the magazine that we bought, which has a free project, not a free project, sorry, a project in it, an ornament from each of the designers. And this one was from Erica Michaels. And here is my little wee Jingle All the Way. Now, and you see in hers, it's blank in here. But my background, it just didn't show up. It was too yellowy. So I put it in red. But I like it. It's cute. So, another ornament. Finished, ready to go. So, of course, once you get going on the ornaments, you just want to keep going. My next one that I pulled out of that magazine was Noel. And that was from Hands On Designs. And he is cute. This was quite a quick stitch. It only took me, I think it was one evening. And I think after that, I only had to finish his shoes and the bit along the bottom. But he's gorgeous too. So I did him on a grey. And the grey actually was, Belfast Charcoal. He's actually on 32, so he's quite big. But I think he's going to be fine. I have very big trees. There's cat fur on me. Very big trees. So I think he's going to fit in quite well. So another ornament. So of course, once you get going on them, you just can't stop. So I thought, right. Last year I had 3 major big trees, and I had some other little ones, but my 3 big ones. One is my main cross stitch tree. Second tree is my center tree, which has center ornaments and center stitched ornaments on it. Mostly prairie schooler ones. And my third tree is more kitchen based, gingerbread, that kind of thing. All the lovely bright goodies that you like to have at Christmas time. So I have been, well, I'm going to say I'm hooked on, because that's probably the correct word. Stitching with the Housewives Christmas little ornaments. I love them. So this one here was Baking Spirits Bright. And I wanted to add that to my gingerbread tree, or my kitchen baking Christmas tree. Yeah, gorgeous. So this, my gosh, I'm lost for words today. This one here is stitched with the DMC threads on, this is on 18 count black 8er. So like I said in my previous videos, I like to stitch my ornaments in different colours, different sizes, or it might be the same colour but different counts, so that you get the effect of different size ornaments rather than them all being the same. And I like to do some bigger ones and then some littler wee ones. So Baking Spirits Bright, gorgeous. Then last night after work, I finished I started this on Saturday night and finished it up last night, and it is Sugar and Spice Cookie Company, another one from Stitching with the Housewives. Same thing, stitched on 18 count 8er using the called for DMC threads, which is only like 3 colours, I think it was 4 colours, sorry. And I do, when I'm doing 18 count with my white, I do use 3 strands, because I like the white to really stand out. I don't want it to fall back in and have that black little bits following through when you're looking at it. So that was my, 5 ornaments that I have now finished up, ready for making to on the Christmas tree. I am going to do it. I am going to make a separate video with stitching ornaments that I've already finished stitching but not put together yet. And I'll probably do it in 2 parts. So there'll be that part, and then maybe once I've had my put together session making my ornaments, I will then do another second part to the video. But it'll probably all be on one. And then I will, as I start to set up my trees, because they do take a little while, and I am not allowed to do it before my granddaughter's birthday, which is still 10 days away. And then I can start putting my trees up. She's told me I'm not allowed to. So Nan will wait. And then I will show you all of my ornaments separately, and then I will show you them on the tree as a finished product. Each one as I do them. They do take me a good few weekends to get them all done. So that is all that I have stitched. I have signed up to the New Zealand cross stitch ornament exchange again this year. Love doing that. So then of course I think that's what kind of got me into the ornament stitching mood, if you like. Was looking through my 2 big containers of Christmas ornament books, brochures, little charts that we buy to decide what I want to stitch for that. Well, trying to find one. I think I've narrowed it down to about 30, and in that 30 I want to stitch them for myself as well, so I have to do at least 31 more ornaments, plus I want to do a few gifts for some friends. So there's got to be a wee bit of ornaments coming up. The gifts for friends ones you won't see until they've all been gifted. I will film them separately and then add them into whatever the video is that's after they've received all their gifts. But I have received some lovely stuff in the last few weeks. My friend Elena, hi Elena, she has been cross-stitching only for a few years now, and she was second-hand shopping the other day, and she came across, it's published, when I find the published date on it, it says 1993, so it's pretty old, and it's this. It's Family Circle cross-stitch over 70 stunning projects to tempt you. And Elena seen it in the shop, and she thought she would bring it for me. It is gorgeous. A traditional sampler. I love it. I'm going to stitch it. It's quite funny when you read some of the older books, because they're saying to use a 70 centimetre square piece of linen, 14 DMC shredded cottons, and it tells you that the colours are indicated on the other one. It's supposed to finish up roughly about 50 by 52, but of course it depends on your linen, and they don't actually really give you a recommendation on here, but it's one of those, I'll kind of show you a glimpse. So this is how the pattern comes, the real old ones where you fold out this massive bed sheet to use to stitch on. But yes, I'm going to get that out, and I'm going to start this baby before the end of the year. I might start it this month. I don't do Halloween stitching. In New Zealand, we've probably really only the last 5 to 10 years have really started, I guess, celebrating a little bit of Halloween. It's not something that I celebrate, but I don't begrudge anyone else doing it. I think some of the stitching stuff is absolutely cute and gorgeous. My granddaughter's got the eye on some, so I dare say the Halloween stitching is going to be in my future. But I go straight from sampler stitching to still sampler stitching and Christmas ornaments. So maybe I might make this sampler my Halloween sampler start. So thank you, Elena. It is going to be put to use, and you will get to see it when I bring it to work, definitely. So then, I've had other Stitchy mail arrive. I have shouted myself for Christmas quite a few things from the Hands Across the Sea. I didn't get the red box. Needed new tyres for the car, so that was that. Done, dusted. Be able to get to work, turn the money to buy the Stitchy stuff, or buy the red box. So next year, hopefully, won't need 2 tyres for the car. So yes, didn't get to do that one, but that's okay. I did get myself the apron and tea towel set. I got the bags set of 3. Yes, and I got the set of 2 cushions. Now I have pulled out the apron, which I haven't shown you. It is directly opposite where I'm sitting. So I've pulled that out. I've put the tea towel away. Basically what I did was I opened up the packages, I put my hand in, and I unraveled and I pulled out one thing out of each of the boxes as they arrived, because I thought I want to make sure they're all there, because you have to, but I didn't want to look at them, because I knew as soon as I looked at all of them I'd want to keep them. I wouldn't want to put them away and have them wrapped up by someone for me for Christmas, just so that I have something to open on Christmas Day that I haven't seen. If you like, I've seen pictures, but you know what I mean by haven't seen. So the others have all gone away. The apron is out. I did keep one strap, one bag out. That was the one that I pulled out. Love it. I didn't keep one of the cushions. I've left them in there, and I do need to remember to get some cushion inserts from work, so that when I get them on Christmas I can then fold them up. So I will show you those later on. They're going to be Christmas haul. But my lovely friend Judith, hi Judith, has been over in America for work. She has travelled around a little bit in America. She went to Hobby House to a retreat there, and she also went to the attic. Hello Kitty. When she was at the attic, she bought me the Needle Notions Fine Pear, which is so cute. I love the little snowman and the little mittens. In New Zealand, our Christmas is summer, not winter. So the mittens, don't know. I might have to change it from warm winter wishes to, I don't know, non-charcoaled barbecue, as that seems to be a Kiwi favourite for Christmas Day. But definitely I'm going to do the snowman. We'll get him done first. I think I'll end up stitching both. I had stitched Mrs. Claus, Sampler and Santa, the stand-up ones. I'll show you them when we start bringing out Christmas stuff. So thank you Judith, and thank you for my other gift that you also sent in there. I'm not going to show that on here, but you know how much it made me cry that you sent it to me, and I do really appreciate it. Thank you. So while Judith was at Hobby House, I did ask her if she would mind getting me the Mary, is it Elkhorn? 1764 Sampler series. They had just brought out, sorry, take it out of the paper. They had just brought out the scissor holder one. And because Judith was there, she got it for me, which saved us a fortune in freight, because these are, because it's not flat, of course, very expensive to get to New Zealand. So I love it. Can't wait to get stitching on those. And that came with the Cool for fabrics. I hadn't ordered part one, so she got me part one as well. She ordered that for me. So part one as well, with the threads and the fabric. So yay, looking forward to starting these. So in my, I guess that kind of leads into, in my starts for next year, I haven't finalised anything yet, but instead of having, sorry, a bit of a wrinkle there, instead of having like this, where I had all my whips, and you know, the cross-out ones are what I finished, and there's samplers, and there's my Heaven and Earth design, I didn't show you that, and there's Christmas stitching, there's some smalls, all that sort of stuff. So what I have definitely decided is I'm going to have my sample list. I'm going to, while I work on my samplers, I'm also going to work on one small a month and hopefully get it finished. In saying that, I'm also going to work on Christmas ornaments again all year round. I do have missed this year not stitching constantly on Christmas ornaments. I used to stitch for them every morning before I went to work, and in the car. I mean, I've had a couple in the car. It's been there all year and I still haven't finished it. I haven't had that I guess downtime this year of being in the car waiting for something. waiting for an appointment, waiting, you know, to pick up someone else from an appointment, etc. So I need to get back to doing those. So I will, once I've finalised kind of what I want to work on, as in my samplers, in my smalls, and my Christmas ornament, which will normally be Christmas ornament collections. So if, well, like Stitching with the Housewives, they're bringing out, just starting their new round ones for Christmas. And I may not stitch those this year. I might decide to hold off on those until next year, and I'll add them in, and it'll be that whole series of 5 or 6 or however many they're going to do. And I'll probably do that. Let me just think. So the other thing that I'm stitching on this month, is definitely going to be a lot shorter video than normal, is in our Christchurch Stitchy group. Jude has put out a challenge for October to stitch on your oldest whip. Now, my oldest whip, and I am embarrassed to say it, oh sorry, that was the camera, embarrassed to say it, is, I think this time around, about 15 years old. I didn't look up, and I didn't write on that note, I didn't look up the exact date I started it. I know I can, it is on Instagram when I started it. So I pulled it out on the 1st of October when I got home from work, and I did a little bit of stitching on my Heaven and Earth design. It is a retired chart. It's being stitched on 18 count. So this here is about here. So we've still got, we're over halfway, which seems so sad when I think of how old this love whip is. But she's gorgeous. If I grab all her, just quickly while we're doing this. This is the top half that's already been stitched. So I only got that little tiny bit over here to finish there, but the whole black runs all the way down. And I think that's been my problem, is apart from the odd flower at the bottom, which, hold on a second, just dropped it. Oops, close up. At the bottom, it is all blacks and dark greys, apart from like the very, very edge as you get down. But in here, it's all dark colours. And I probably should have started that way and gone up, but I wanted to stitch her. So I've gone here and gone down. So thank you, Jude, because I've been procrastinating on pulling her out this year. And I'm leaving her, she's on her rods, and I'm leaving her on my stand, basically annoyingly in the middle of my lounge, so that I actually do sit and stitch a couple of threads. Normally when I get home from work, I'm making it my first, I'll load up 4 or 5 needles the night before when I'm finished for the next round, and that is what I'm stitching on every night before I sit down and do my other stitching. So thank you, Jude. Hopefully I'd like to finish at least the page that I'm on, if not more, but we'll just see what happens. Okay, I think that's probably pretty much it. It's definitely a shorter video. So thank you for watching. Thank you, oh my goodness, thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I haven't actually checked to see what the official numbers are. I just keep getting notifications that there's new subscribers, and that's really great. It's welcome. Thank you very much for saving me into your subscriptions. Hope you enjoy this latest catch up, and we will catch up again hopefully a lot sooner, but it is getting into the silly season and the busyness, who knows. So thank you for watching. So bye for now, but remember guys, one stitch at a time, we'll get these projects all done and completed. Thank you, bye.